Welcome back to the Ambition Over Fear portal. I'm Atlas Opia and I help people expand their interdimensional knowledge. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing how to open your throat chakra and really create more power around your creative expression, because a lot of us starseeds and hypersensitives have grown up in situations where we felt as if our voice was not heard, or we've had a past life where we used our power to create change and it had some effects that can make us feel resistant into coming into our true power in this life. So if you watch until the end of this video, you'll gain more clarity on why the block is there, how to unlock it, and what to practice moving forward so you can stimulate more of that individualistic genius that is trying to come out of your system. So if you're back on this channel, or if you're new here, definitely subscribe, because I'm here to bring in a new era of spirituality, a new collection of interdimensional skills that can truly allow you to use your spiritual power to make more change in this reality and to have more influence over the quantum field in a way where your brain can understand it and your power is more organized. So definitely tune in to my future videos, and I'd love to meet you going forward. So to jump right into it, I want to explain to you that sometimes your biggest struggle that you're working through is going to become your greatest strength. And the reason this is because you may be in a position where you're dealing with something on a level of intensity that in order for you to heal it and overcome it, you have to explore that topic in so much depth that it gives you more insight into how the other side looks. I always say people who have anxiety and learn to heal it know a lot more about peace than someone who has never had anxiety, because they've been on both sides of the spectrum, and that polarity gives you an idea on the inner workings of something you're trying to heal as you're working through them. So make sure to realize that you do have the power to take your largest setback and shadow and be brave enough to explore it with your inner child, to learn why that exists on multiple levels and all the moving parts that came together for that blockage to exist, so you can find a way to reverse that and then learn how to ignite different breakthroughs that can get you to where you want to go. So this leads me to the story of the empath and the starseed and the hypersensitive. Sometimes we've had so much resistance towards our own voice, our own power, that it can make us feel like we're holding ourselves back. And the reason this is due to being in a world where even the spiritual knowledge has been recycled so many times that there is a lack of innovation in the field. And even if we look at the inner workings of society, it may seem like we're on this echo chamber of repeated information and ways of doing things. So the starseed, the hypersensitive, the empath, is the disruptor. It is someone that comes in and brings something new to a system that hasn't been updated in a while. But what comes with that? When you're bringing in something new, the old becomes removed. When you're creating change, there is a lot of moving parts that go up in the air, so then you can place pieces back where they belong. And you have done this in a past life. You have used your spiritual power and your courageous ambition to create something new and to help people and to make change. And when that happened, there was some effects. But even though on one level we understand that there will be side effects to implementing our power and creating change, it still doesn't alter the fact that we can feel remorse for the effect that our change has caused in a past life. It doesn't mean that we can't feel a sense of heaviness, knowing that in that past life, in this life now, we're holding a large amount of responsibility because we have a right to share our unique energetic blueprint with the world and help people who are on the same path. So where does that leave us, right? Once we know that we have a timeline where we used our power, we created change, and something happened. People were affected. Ourselves were affected by this shift. Well, in this present moment, I want you to sit with me and allow your heart to open up more. As I'm directing energy into your heart space, and as I'm doing this, I want you to realize and say to yourself, whenever change occurs, the old becomes removed. Whenever anybody asserts power to make something new, to innovate in a field, the old ways can become destroyed. It is a cycle of life and death. Now, when you can sit with that neutrality and feel a sense of forgiveness to yourself for any disruption you have caused to yourself and others in a past life because of the change you sparked and the power you asserted, you can let everything go. You can understand that it's not your fault. It's a side effect. It's a law of nature. Everything has an equal and opposite reaction. And while you're doing that, allow your inner child to come up, this playful nature inside of you to say, in that past life, I tried my best to create change with the least amount of collateral damage, but at least I was brave enough to play and explore and want to create something new. So that's the first phase of this video, is just kind of sitting with any old energy which is making you think that using your power is going to lead to something bad. Right? Now, before I continue this video, I want to express gratitude to the powerful souls that are attending this portal of expansion. I want to let you know, if you're a starseed and a hypersensitive and you feel stuck, it's not because something is wrong with you, it's because the information which has been channeled into the collective previously has nuggets of wisdom, but it is outdated. Downloads come into the collective depending on what the collective needs. So now the collective needs something different because we have all of these powerful galactic souls coming in, such as yourself. So we need a more articulate way to use our powers, a new approach to understanding interdimensional consciousness, where you can structure the inner workings of the universe into your mind so your human system upgrades to the frequency of your higher dimensional consciousness, and really just approaching Earth from your starseed nature and not just the spiritual realm, and redefining what that means to you. The reason I'm telling you this is because I'm offering a free starseed coaching session to anyone who hasn't had a session with me before or came to a workshop. Your first session's for free, and I want you to know that even though you're supposed to innovate and use your throat chakra and express your power in this life, you're also supposed to realize when you've called in particular things to assist in your journey, and one of those energetic entities could be me, giving you a leg up, giving you tools you need, giving you a way to organize your powers and use them in a method that hasn't been done before and you did not think was possible. So I'm bringing in a lot of new things, and the link is in the description to book your free session. If there is no availability, please send me an email with your first, last name, what you've been going through, how I can help you, and your number too. I look forward to meeting you. Now, to jump back into it, I want to say that as you're moving through the world, start to realize that you can see energy all around you. And to start off is using this third dimensional reality, this created world, as an example of how energy creates matter. So if you're walking around the world and you're experiencing matter with your five senses, take a moment to not only experience it from the third dimension, which is touching it, seeing it, observing it, connecting with it, but then from the higher dimensional positioning in your own system, see the energy behind the matter. Feel the vibration behind everything. And the next step, what you can do and try, is when you're meditating and you're focusing on breathing in and out of your nose, you can imagine that there is this ball moving up as you're inhaling and down as you're exhaling. And the speed that the ball is moving is connected directly to the speed of your breath. So as you slow that down when you're meditating or breathing, you can then start breathing into your heart space as you feel as if you're breathing in and out of the portal around your heart. As you continue doing that, imagine that there's an energy ball being created with your breath. Now remember, when you're seeing energy, it does not have to be a vivid hallucination where it overlaps your physical sight, because then it would make functioning in reality very difficult, right? It's almost as if you feel the energy, then you might get some details on how it looks, feels, or appears, and then you create an outline with your imagination as if you're daydreaming. So right now you can imagine that there's a golden line from this shoulder of mine to this shoulder. And you can see it there and imagine it happening, but it might be transparent. That's the goal. Don't create unrealistic expectations, because you'll be self-sabotaging yourself in terms of how you see energy. And in regards to seeing energy, keep in mind whatever suits your system. You might see orbs, particles, patterns, a bright light. So as you're breathing in and out of your heart, raise that ball up to your third eye and raise it up into your higher dimensional self, into the higher realms of this universe where you know your soul resides. Regardless of your mind thinking this is possible, you allow your soul to lead in one quick motion. And when the mind comes to disrupt that, you allow the voice to be there, but you don't engage with it. As you go up, you connect to that source of power in your akashics, in the universe, in your soul. Allow your inner child to take you there with curiosity. It's a battery of knowing in your soul, in your system. And then bring that energy down into your body and feel it come down and connect your third eye to your throat chakra. And what you can do to practice this connection is start to ask yourself questions about the universe that your logical mind does not know. And then feel into the question, reach up into the universe where you know everything that comes into your consciousness has a reflecting energy. Every question has an answer. And when something comes into your consciousness, it does so because it is real on some level. If you can think that there's an answer to your question, it does exist. Bypass your logical mind by allowing your heart to connect to the universe. Find that question and then bring it down and just speak it. Speak through your throat, but imagine that when you're talking, your throat is there to make the vibration and the noise, but there's going to be a lens, which is your third eye right here. And you're going to be speaking through your third eye. It's like an energy coming out of your throat, and it's going through your third eye. And this can allow you to channel more information, to speak from your soul, to speak in more power. When I was younger, I had many speech impediments. I could barely talk on the phone. I couldn't call to order food if I wanted to, and I had to learn how to go from one extreme to the other. And one way is when you're talking, know that people in the world are waiting for you. Don't feel like you have to speed up your conversation to keep people entertained. Speak every word with power, as if every word has a vibration. And when you're speaking about a topic or you're channeling an answer to a question you have, you're going to allow yourself to write or speak as if there is a symphony of words coming together to unveil this powerful knowledge that you need and the world needs around you. So practice doing that in that sense, and you can try imagining that your throat chakra has a powerful line of energy coming from it, but there is a portal, like a line of energy, and then right in the middle it's a lens where you're speaking through your third eye. Or you can imagine as you're walking around the world that you're speaking from your third eye. You're seeing beyond solid matter, beyond the programmed mind, beyond logic. You don't need to recycle old information. You're going to innovate. And I want to help you innovate by giving you a new perspective on how to manage your own energy and how to understand your interdimensional consciousness. So book your free session in the link in the description. And if you're not able to, send me an email. I'd love to work with you, but I'm here to help those that are ready for the next level, that know there is something coming which is more powerful than what is in the present. So I hope this video sits with you, and I want you to understand that any past life you've had where your power was shunned or created some stress, it just means that it is worth more than you think. The fact that you did something and there was an effect means that you have power in your system that wants to be expressed. And when you're evolving and you're growing and you have something that is here to change the collective, yourself, the galactic realms, to help your starseed family, that's going to come with the opposing energy which you have to deal with, so it can give you the mental elasticity and resilience you need to actually hold that power. This is all part of your journey. These are all obstacles that become playful games once you get closer to it. And in terms of speaking from your throat, through your third eye, feeling that connection, start to see energy connecting from your third eye to your throat. Start to feel a line of vibration.